Tomorrow is Devon Truck Show, which I'm really excited about. It's the one show that I always go to. Within 24 hours from now, I should hopefully be up at the showground. But I have a lot to do between now and then. I still have a day's work to do. I have lights to fix tonight, which I'm going to go out and do now. And I've got to wash my truck, and I need to have a shower and wash my hair because I've been away a week. Tonight I am parked up on the side of the A30 between Bodmin and Truro. So as you can see, this light works over here. This light does not. The light that does work is also on its way out, so I'm going to change that one too. This has proved to be quite a tricky job because these lights have been on for about 2.5 years. And in that 2.5 years, the nuts have corroded and they're proving quite difficult to undo. They are also in a really awkward place to get to. I get the WD-40 out to try and help, but even then I'm regretting my decision to change these lights. I finally got the lights off, and it was really hard work. It's taken me about half an hour to just undo 2 bolts. Everything was just rusted up. I got there eventually. The next problem that I've come across is that my bolts are too short on the new lights. But luckily, because I'm me, I hauled loads of rubbish in my truck, I have really long bolts from somewhere, and I don't know what this is from. It might have been from old previous lights, who knows, but it's gonna hopefully work. Well, after all that, it's about time to call it a day. I've got my old lights off, eventually, and I've put my new lights on, and it's lighting up the back of the cab nicely. In fact, I think they might need to be turned up a bit. And now it started raining, so I think I've done it just in time. Now Friday, truck show day, and I'm loading my last load that I'm going to do before heading back to the yard to get washed. And I am loading some wash dust. Who knew you could wash dust? Well, apart from like washing dust away, that's what you normally do. I'm loading this out of a quarry, and I think it goes into like concrete or something, or road things. I don't know. I have no idea really. Just makes me laugh whenever I have to haul a load of dust.
Dust. Anybody? No? Dust. It's actually very low, in fact. So you can have as much dust as you like.
I also painted my nails last night before I went to bed to hide the dirt. And it's kind of worked, although I'm not very good at it. Bit outside the lines, never mind. I get back the yard, and you may have seen on my Instagram and Facebook that I was asking for a 3-spoke steering wheel for my boss. I managed to get one against the odds, and I will tell you the full story later. You're happy?
Yeah, better than what it was.
There are lots of drivers waiting for the wash, so instead of queuing and not getting anything done, I get a few of my own jobs done outside of the garage. I had one of my spotlights go this week, so I ordered some bulbs directly to Wayne's Transport, but they are a different brightness to my last lot of bulbs, so I have to change them both. Well, that's one job done. I just want to take the headboard off now and just get the greeny colour out of the bottom of it, because when the water gets in, it goes a bit mouldy. Ryan has just arrived. Very happy that he's going to a truck show. Are you looking forward to seeing the minty ones?
Yeah, same with my kitchen you don't like.
We got some paint for the kitchen, and when I put it on the wall, I realised it wasn't the green that I wanted. But Ryan's happy because it's a very light shade of an S&G green. As you can see, now I've taken the headboard out, it's very dirty inside. And this shape headboard seems to accumulate the dirt inside. When the light is on behind, it shows up all the dirt at the bottom of the headboard. So it must be cleaned off. That's better, isn't it? Inside.
Outside.
I also gave it a little clean on the outside before I put it back up. These headboards are a lot easier to remove than most. All it is 2 screws, and it just slides out. Once that's done, I head up to the wash, and other people are still washing. Leanne from WMB has parked her trailer in our yard for the weekend. Her truck was already nice and clean when she got here, so she's off to the truck show. The guys help Alan clean his truck, even the boss helps out, and then finally it's my turn, and my truck needs a huge amount of work. Would you believe that on Monday morning it looked like this? I have kept the truck well prepped, so it shouldn't take too much to clean it off. It's lucky I did, because everybody decides to head to the truck show and not help me wash my truck. As I was the last one to wash, I was left here to wash, and they've all gone down to the show without me, so I'm struggling behind a bit. I've now washed the truck and I've gone and had a shower, So I feel much fresher for the weekend. Just going to lock up as everybody, even the people who's not going to the show, have gone. But all I can say is, thank goodness I have a Ryan. Because without Ryan, I would be a bit stuffed right now. I don't think I would even make it to the show tonight. I am very glad now to be leaving the yard, finally, after all that. So we are going to go down to Exeter, then across to Honiton and up to Smeethorpe that way. Because it's been so wet, the lanes are probably quite wet and dirty, and obviously I've just cleaned my truck, so I know they have all gone that way, and I think it's probably sensible if I went that way as well. I head south on the M5 and then I take the A30 towards Honiton. And at Honiton I take the road up to Smeethorpe, which can be a little tricky and narrow in places. It's also quite a long uphill climb, which bobtailing in my truck is absolutely no problem. But Ryan does struggle to keep up behind me in the van. As we get up onto the flat, I can see all the trucks to my left-hand side. Finally, after what seems like a long 24 hours before I started this video, I'm finally at the show.
Right?
Keeping this lane here, alright? Follow it
Yeah.
right the way round.
Alright.
As I pull up, I spot young truck spotter Alfie taking my photo, and this is a brilliant shot that he got of me and Ryan. Over the years, we've got to know Alfie and his family quite well.
You alright? You having a nice time? Yeah.
I just need to wait in the queue for a little while until I find Wayne's and I can be put in my position. In the evening, we head up to the bar and we see Fred Parker and his lovely assistant Michael, who are always up for a good laugh. We get invited back for a pork chop on the barbie and a little bit of rough cider, and we definitely could not refuse an offer like that. It's 6 AM on Saturday morning and I've got up to start cleaning. I have 4 hours before the public come in and it is dead quiet here. Look how quiet it is. Oh, Ryan's up though. Well,
Hey.
Ryan's here. Let's say hello.
Yeah.
It's my cleaning station. Slowly, people start to rise for a cuppa. Mother's meeting down there. There are a few sore heads this morning, but not me, as I only had a couple and we went to bed fairly early compared to most. Eventually, everyone gets into the swing of things and starts cleaning, and then it's time to think about food. For me and Ryan has become a truck show tradition. He has his bacon and egg, and I have smoked salmon and egg.
I said that.
I also like a drop of Prosecco, which is actually non-alcoholic, as I like to pace myself, and it also gives me the chilled out fun vibes I need for a truck show. The show at Devon always commences with everybody sounding their horns at 10 o'clock. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but the length of time this goes on just feels too much for me now. Ryan's brother, his wife and kids come up for the show, and we go for a little walk around. And even though there are over 1,000 trucks to see, the most fun part for them was putting their coveralls on and having fun in the mud. Gary Pratt, are you enjoying the show?
Yeah, a bit wet. A little bit wet.
It started raining now, but I'm here with Sean Taylor and he's going to introduce me to Tony from the Monster Trucks.
Hello Gemma, well I brought you up to see Swamp Thing in the Monster Truck. Tony's a good friend of mine. I've worked with the Monster Trucks for 15-20 years, so I think it'd be good for you to meet Tony Dixon, the owner and driver of Swamp Thing.
Sean is a truck driver himself,
Yes.
Quite a famous one. He's been on Top Gear and everything.
I trained 3 Top Gear presenters to pass their HGVs. I personally trained Freddie, got him through his HGV one, so first time he passed as well.
Did he win any of the challenges?
No, Chris won every challenge in my truck. The horn,
Right.
the reversing, and we did a drag race with my truck. So I knew my truck would win, because I told you.
I have mentioned Sean before
You
for
have,
being
yeah.
a regular at the stockyard.
Yeah, we have to plug the stockyard.
Well, thanks for that, Sean.
It's okay, Jen.
These are the monster trucks coming back in from the show. And this big green one here is the one that I'm going to learn a little bit more about. It's called Swamp Thing and they have their own YouTube channel. I will link their channel for you in the description.
We are here with one of the monster trucks at Devon Truck Show. And can you tell me a few stats about
All right, so a lot of people think it's a pickup. There's no pickup bits on it at all.
Right.
It's a custom built racing vehicle. So in the back of it is a 10-litre V8, 2,000 horsepower. We don't run
2,000 horsepower?
We don't run petrol. We don't run diesel. We run methanol.
Right.
And we use a lot of it. We do 56 metres to the gallon.
56 metres to the gallon?
Yeah. Each show out, what we're doing in the arena, we're doing 50 litres of fuel each show. So yeah, but it's environmentally friendly because it's made from distilled sugar cane. So all what comes out of the exhaust, because it's not fossil fuel.
Right.
So it's a crop grown fuel. What comes out of the exhaust is water vapour and a little bit of tear gas. So that isn't a problem when you're doing the show outside. The problem is when you transport it around, we transport it in our big lorry.
I cannot believe that this truck
Fits in the
goes
trailer.
in that truck.
Yeah.
That's just incredible. You're saying that's not a pickup body. So
No.
did you fabricate that yourself?
Yeah, so I build everything on the monster truck
Right.
apart from the gearbox. So
Right. So where's the gearbox from then?
So my friend Zane Llewellyn builds a gearbox for
Right.
me. So it's a modified turbo 400, but it's really complicated inside.
Right.
So he does them for me. And also the engine's in around the wrong way.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
that's the front of the engine.
Right.
So what we do round the back here, so the engine comes down, goes through the gearbox, and it goes into the transfer case, which is this big aluminium thing there,
Right.
and that changes the drive round in there. So we're dropping it. Also, we're actually putting the gear ratios up in that, so it's 70% overdriven in the gear in that. But then we reduce it in the axles. So the axles, the diffs are out of an American school bus.
Right.
And the middle bit I
Yeah.
fabricate, so that's
Yeah.
the axle housing. Then the ends are off a military forklift, and then I make all the steering on that. So we don't use the original steering components on it.
So when you say like there's bits off of here, bits off of there, how do you decide which bits need to be from which thing? Is it trial and error?
It's a little bit trial and error, yeah. And if it breaks, then you make it stronger, and then
Right.
and then once you break that, it normally breaks somewhere else, so you make that bit stronger. So you're always evolving it. So
Yeah.
my monster truck's fairly reliable now. I've been doing it for over 20 years.
Have you? Yeah.
So like something on the back here on the steering. So the front axle and the back axle are exactly the same.
Right.
So the rod ends that go through there, they're rated at £72,000, and it
Right.
used to break them.
Right.
So what I do is I doubled them up, so I got twice as much.
And that
that's
is
good.
sustainable. That
Yeah, yeah.
works.
That's from dragging that on the ground.
Really?
That's that far up. That is on the dragging it on the ground. We should get you up inside it. Do you want to have a sit in it?
Yeah. Go on then.
But the way to climb up it is to go like that,
Oh, I see.
and then you're in the seat. So
Oh,
I'll
wow,
hold the camera
yeah.
for you. Just go careful.
I used to be in the circus. It's fun. Right. I see.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you're
it's got
sat in the
like
middle.
You're stuck. God, this is like driving the carnival car. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen Bridgewater Carnival?
Yeah.
Yeah, I drive one of the Bridgewater Carnival cars.
Oh, that thing. I'm quite tall.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't think I'd be able to drive this.
So the idea of that is because when you do the big jumps, so my shoulders are actually touching that.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so if you're up here.
Yeah, you're up that much. But as you
Yeah.
can see, you can't see a lot in front of you.
No, so this is specific. I can't say that word. It's designed for
Yeah,
you.
that's a good cop out. So when my daughter drives it, we've got
Your daughter drives
yeah,
it.
yeah, we got a bit that goes in the seat. But what I've got to do is make a bit up for her feet because her feet don't touch the
Right.
ground. So you always keep your left foot.
So you've got
See
no, that's your footrest basically.
Yeah, and then you have your accelerator foot stays in the pedal
Yeah.
all the time, and you brake with your left foot.
Ah, right.
That's the fire extinguisher.
Right.
Yeah, so it's got a big fire extinguisher. That's turns all the power on.
Right, so that's like an isolator.
That's an isolator. There's an isolator there, and there's an isolator at the back. So if anything
Right.
goes wrong, they can the isolator at the back feeds that one.
Right. This whole cockpit reminds me of being in the carnival car.
Yeah.
No, there's like a thing about it, isn't
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
You know,
But
and
the
I
oth-
bet your daughter finds it the same because
Yeah.
my dad drove the carnival car before me. I just understand the time and the thought process that goes through this.
Yeah.
Like I can see my dad sat there of an evening looking through all the VSO papers and working out how to do things and
Yeah.
it's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, but I'll show you in the trailer. You're gonna like the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where it all happens. You drive up that?
Yeah, so it's all really full.
Cool.
When the monster truck goes in, it drives up that, then it drives up this.
But this is with smaller wheels on it?
Yeah, with the little wheels, so that's what it's transported on there.
Ah, right. So it's like thinner, smaller wheels.
Like a space saver. They're actually off a dumper truck.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So then we drive all the monster truck all the way in, and at the moment, you see that whole thing there?
Yeah.
That all slides in.
That's basically, behind that is your living accommodation.
Yeah, up the top there, there's that hole in the roof, there's a viewing balcony on the roof with all the barriers, so they all
You've
pop up.
literally thought of everything, haven't you?
Yeah. But I only have to get the monster truck out if I have to work on the axle, so I can change the engine, I can change the gearbox, I can do all the normal servicing in the trailer. That's why it's got so much good lights in it.
This trailer must be fairly heavy.
Yeah, it's 19 tonnes empty.
Is it? So the whole combination,
Yeah.
then together, so how much does that weigh?
36 tonnes. Let's show you in the front bit, because that's a posh bit. I'll just make sure my wife's dressed in. Are we decent? We're decent, we can go in.
Oh, this is massive in here.
Yeah.
That's your bedroom up there, which was the bulkhead as we looked in the back of the trailer.
Yeah, so that's where all the toolboxes that are. So everything moves. This whole settee system, all the roof, everything moves.
Comes all the way back to here.
It's incredible.
And then but it's still usable when it's like that, because this door then, what goes into the workshop,
Where you are here.
ends up there.
Oh
So you go
God.
through that door.
Yeah.
At the end, with a shower and
No
toilet and
way.
everything.
That is incredible. I do like the glitter as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a nightclub in there.
It is a whole life's work, isn't it?
It is,
Yeah.
Yeah. So how old are you?
20. She'll be 21 in August.
21. And you're driving that monster truck?
Yeah, almost. I mean,
Almost. She's just got to get the seat made up,
Yeah.
and then we're pretty much good to go.
Really great to meet you, and I hope you do really well in the monster truck scene, and I hope to see you again sometime.
Brilliant. Thanks, Gemma.
Cheers.
See you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that.
All right. Hope you enjoy it. Make sure you check me out though.
I make my way back to my truck to find Ryan, as we both need to have showers, and I get to check out some absolutely stunning trucks that have turned up to Devon Show this year. Just like Ruud Timmerman from Holland, that is back for the second year in a row. And I also come across life and soul of the party, Mr. Ryan Gorrett. It literally would not be Devon Truck Show without this lad, and his big yellow T-cab. Me and Ryan have just been for a shower, and now we've made ourselves a little barbecue feast in the van. We chill out for a bit before making our way up to the party tent, heading past FG Bonds, which are the gentlemen of the great British trucking scene. I wanted to get a bit of footage of everything lit up at night, so of course Fred Parker's trailer was a perfect opportunity. Although the first video that I took of this, I cannot broadcast. When I first popped my camera around the trailer, I came across something a little bit X-rated, and two very embarrassed people. Up at the party tent there was a lot of dancing like this, but for us farm delivery and collection drivers, it just makes us feel at home. It was a brilliant atmosphere and just so much fun. The next day, the truck show starts again at 10 o'clock with the sound of everybody's horns, as I visit my German friends at Heinrich Firmaliner. We go for a proper walk around and we come across Will Pringle and Roscoe Howie's truck. We also come across DJ Commercials. Dan has such an in-depth knowledge of Scania trucks. People come from all over the country and even Europe for his services. Then we see the Nick Merritt trucks. If you're on TikTok, no doubt you've seen Henry Merritt's truck, the blue and white one. And then I spot somebody else. Have you enjoyed Devon Truck Show this year?
Yeah, it's always a good crack down here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even with the weather and that, it's who you're with, though, isn't it? The people you're with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll be back next year, won't we?
Yeah.
Cornwall.
And what are you
Gonna
going next year?
I might have a different lorry. Might be.
Charlie Lauder has brought two trucks all the way down from Scotland, and even though the Westfields one has only come from Cornwall, it looks like he's still asleep. It's always nice to see 4 Series favourite Reggie Vanstone, and I finally come across Lucy Leatham's new one. I managed to catch up with her yesterday, and it was really good to see her at the show, but one day was enough for her. This one here is Amy Leeson's, and she is another female owner driver. We get up to Creators Corner, and these are all fellow YouTubers. What I love about YouTube is there is a creator for every type of personality of viewer. We're here with some of the trucking legends, and they all have YouTube channels, and what I'm going to ask them to do is introduce their channel and describe their channel in 3 words. The only thing is, they cannot use a word that the previous person has used. So, Luke, unfortunately at the end, you're going to have to be quite imaginative with your words.
Hello, my name's Sam Kay, and if I was to describe my channel in 3 words, adventurous, silly and dangerous.
Wow.
I'm Jono from Trucking Around with Jono, and I'd probably describe my channel as Tight Farm Lanes. Probably the best one.
Interesting. If you like my channel, you'll probably like his as well.
I'm Kev, YouTube channel Kev T, and I describe my channel as transporter, salvage and recovery.
Different again.
So my name's Luke, my channel's called Luke C in a HGV. I would say 3 words, flatbed, variable height.
Oh, interesting. If you want to go and watch some other channels, if you're just watching mine at the moment, then go and check these guys out. I'll add the links in the description.
Yeah,
that's what I'm supposed to say.
You got to the description.
Lena!
I remember you. My channel's Lena Trucker. Funky, happy, unique.
Yep.
And then I do a cheeky little Q&A with the road legends.
Whose idea was it to form the Road Legends? Pepe? Who was the first to start YouTube?
Out of us.
Luke? Yeah. Who is the unofficial leader of the group?
Ah, the kid!
Who is the most laid back?
Yeah.
Who is a party animal?
Sam.
Next question.
Who is the grumpy one?
Oh. Yeah.
Who has the best truck?
Me.
Me!
So I'll go with that.
Well,
I love my life.
You lie.
thank you guys, and we're just going to give a quick shout out to Jay, who was here and just disappeared. Also to Scott Andrews, unfortunately couldn't make it, and he is the most loveliest guy.
We love you,
he?
Scott.
We love you, Scott.
Somebody who turned up a little late to the party just now, and he's going to describe his channel.
Juicy Lucy, the photo project on YouTube. Don't Google it, just YouTube it. And 3 words to describe the channel. Disastrous, motivational, upsetting.
As we walk round, we see a good turnout from Emway & Son. Emway have a new anniversary truck which is slightly different orange and has a bit of a metallic look about it. We've all got to drive back across this to get out. This truck used to be driven by Emma, that is now out in Canada driving, and is now driven by Trucker Lappy.
Trucker Lappy, that is, you're on TikTok, aren't you? He has got one of my gold stickers. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Last year, you may remember that MDR won Best Iveco. Hopefully he will get first place this year as well. Been down in Cornwall quite a bit this week, and a lot of these Fishley lorries have been flashing at me, up and down the A30. This is Nathan's lorry at Richard Fern's. Nathan spends most of his time delivering around Europe. These Jury lorries always look good on the road, and they are always carrying some cool looking loads. We head back to my truck for some light refreshments, and I will tell you about how I got the 3-spoke steering wheel for the V8. Some of you may have seen on my Instagram and Facebook that I was asking for a 3-spoke steering wheel. I managed to get one, which was really, really difficult. Everyone in this country who normally stocks them didn't have any in stock, and to get them delivered, it would have come after Devon Truck Show. But a couple that I know were coming over from Germany, and they were kind enough to pop in Special Interiors and actually pick up the steering wheel and bring it down by Thursday evening. And it got fitted in the V8 on Friday, just before the show. Not only do they come as standard in black, grey and white, they managed to get a cream one for me from Special Interior. So I'd like to say a massive thank you to Special Interior and to Heinrich Thermaliners. Carmen and Sasha are absolutely fantastic people, and they help everybody out. They're really old school. They started the company in 2009 and they now have 40 trucks. They work so hard. Trucking is their life. They're so passionate. Their truck is beautiful. If you've seen it down here, it is stunning. I did think that sorting this out might have got me an early finish on Friday, but unfortunately, as we know, it didn't work. Still got a bit more to see, and this one is an ex-Charlton's truck, which is stunning as a standard. This ERF here belongs to Robert Gasser, and if you're not easily offended, he's definitely one to follow on Facebook. This truck belongs to Brandon Sweetin. He's a young lad that has just become an owner-driver, and I wish him lots of luck in his new venture. And here is West Country Bulk, another one of the trucking favourites. And Chris James, who works for them, also drives a carnival cart for the comedy club Newmarket. Then we have RT Keedwell, and they always have an immaculately turned out fleet, from the older trucks right through to the new. This is Ellie's newly done up truck, and she is also still cleaning on the Sunday afternoon.
Oh, what, that tennis ball?
Was that a tennis ball, is it?
Yeah, so when you've got to fill up both sides, just put a tennis ball in the cup.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
This is Leanne's lorry, the lady that parked in our yard. And how hard is it to clean a black truck?
It's horrendous. You can't wash it in the heat because it sticks and watermarks. You can't wipe around in the week because it scratches paint. It's horrendous. We'll get there.
You haul all sorts of stuff. You were self-employed for quite a while, weren't you?
Yeah,
When you
so
did loads.
I was freelance for like a year and a half, worked with some really good companies run by me, including MLC, Sassors. So that got me loads of experience. And then WMB was like, about time to come on full time, so they got me a new lorry, so here we are.
Thanks, Leanne.
That's alright.
So this is Michelle, and this is her truck behind us. So is it easier to clean that one or the black lorry that you used to have?
Definitely.
Yeah. I was talking to Leanne earlier, and she said that they are a nightmare. So Michelle is running a truck show called Buckfest, and it's on the
7th to 9th of June.
7th to 9th of June. So if you want to go to a truck show and you're up near that area, then go and visit them. Here we have BH Trestle, and because of their hard work and eye for detail, the two older DAFs look just as good as the two brand new ones. I'm really excited to see the new flagship of the company in person. Over the years, so much of the styling work has been done in-house by BH Trestle themselves, which has prompted them to set up a sideline business in styling. They can provide a full styling service, including full infills, rear bumpers, A-frames, sidebars, side skirts, sun visors, under spoilers, corner panels, jilly lights, air horns and much more. And this service is provided at the same standard that they put into their own trucks. So if you're looking for styling work in the UK, contact BH Trestle. And this is just some of the work they've provided for companies this last year. We're now nearing the end of the show, and all that's left to do is wait for the results. There are a lot of tired faces and a few sore heads, which is a sign of a good weekend. And Devon Truck Show never fails to be a good weekend. At 3:30, we head up to the tent to watch everybody receiving their trophies. It's nice to see a lot of happy winners and a lot of deserved results. Each winner also got an invitation to the Best of the Best show on the 14th and 15th of September in the West Point Arena.
Goes to Wayne's. Chris.
We also had a winner at Wayne's for Best Mercedes, which is driven by Chrissy Bolt. Fred Parker won the Lucy Leatham Trophy, Rude Timmerman won Organiser's Choice, and then we get to the overall winner of the show.
Best in show, Henricks.
And the overall winner of Devon Truck Show collects a trophy wearing one of my t-shirts. Whilst a lot of people head back to their trucks and rush home, as most will be back to work tomorrow morning, the trophy winners stick around and have some photos taken.
Go on then. Winner.
With over 1,000 trucks here and a lot of very tough competition, winning a trophy here is something to be very proud of. I get back to my truck and I want to have a photo with my truck and Heinrich's together, but I have to wait for a little bit of traffic to pass. Ryan's favourite, the minty ones, won Best Fleet this year. Eventually I find a gap and I manage to get backed up next to Heinrich's. I've followed these guys on social media for years, and I finally got to meet them at Cine last year, followed by Drifter Style. And now we've managed to have a photo of our trucks together and both wearing each other's t-shirts. Chris is packing up his Volvo, ready to go back to Ireland after a successful weekend winning trophies. He tries to get out of the video, but it didn't quite work. Now it's my turn to leave and head back to the yard. Nathan is kind enough to let me out, and we all merge in turn to the exit, with a little bit of showboating to the photographers on the way out. Once I'm out on the main road, I decide to head back the short way. And actually, it has dried up nicely. I'm still glad that on the way to the show, I went the long way round. Most of the other drivers at Wayne's went the long way round, so I beat most of them back. And once we get back to the yard, we all hitch up our trailers, ready for an early start tomorrow morning. This is the truck that won Best Mercedes, and you can see why. Thank you to everybody who popped over to say hello to me. It was great to see you all and really heartwarming to hear everybody's comments. I'm all parked up now, back in the yard, hitched up to the blower, and I'm back in the car, ready to go home after a wonderful day. I think it is time for the roof to go down and head home to Bridgewater. I've had a lovely weekend at Devon Truck Show. I'm going to head home, do my washing, before being back here early doors tomorrow to head down to Exeter to load on the blower. Thanks for watching, and if you came to Devon Truck Show, I hope you had a brilliant time. Thank you for watching.